to anybody that wants to have a civilized conversation. But let's start with the Thursday night game. Let's talk about this. And they got flexed a Thursday night game a couple weeks ago, and that is the LA Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. As you guys know, this is a kind of a must-win game, honestly, for both teams. The Broncos and Chargers, guys, head into their Thursday night showdown with a lot on the line. Let's just be honest. Both teams are basically huge surprises this season in the NFL season. If you expected the Chargers and or the Broncos to be in the playoffs this season, either A, you are a psychic and you traveled in time and you saw this happening, or you are a complete homer, or you are just throwing spaghetti at a wall and hopefully something sticks, right? You're picking all these crazy upsets, and then you're going to go back there in December and January like, see, I told you back in June this was going to happen. Those are the three people that are probably seeing this happen. But most people realistically did not see this happening whatsoever. Now, the Denver Broncos can lock up their playoff spot with the win over the Chargers. The Broncos right now are sitting at 9-5 on the season, and the LA Chargers, guys, are sitting at 8-6 on the season. So the question that I want to ask you guys, for the people that are in the comments below, do the Denver Broncos lock up their playoff spot on Sunday with a win over the LA Chargers? Guys, the Denver Broncos are a very, very shocking team. They're a very, very surprising team. They have now, won 4 games in a row, right, guys? They are clicking. They're looking good. Their defense is hungry. Bo Nix is playing out of his mind. And Sean Payton just might arguably, guys, be the coach of the year. We've been talking about coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell, Dan Campbell, maybe Dan Quinn, right? Some names have been thrown out there, but Sean Payton's name has not been thrown out there at all. But you guys need to stop overlooking Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos right now, because right now, as of right now, they do have a 92% chance of making the playoffs. Now, if they win this game, they're all but locked up into the playoffs with a 99% chance to win. The only way they could potentially get knocked out is if everybody above them wins out, and everybody of below them wins out and then blows them out. It's the Broncos are in if they win. Let's just be honest. They are in if they win. Now, if they lose, that does drop down to 85% chance. Still a pretty favorable chance. I like those odds. But, guys, I honestly think win, lose, or draw, the Denver Broncos are in the playoffs. But the question is, do they lock up the playoff spot this weekend with the win over the LA Chargers? Now, I've seen a scenario where the whole AFC playoff picture can be 100% locked in. If the Chargers beat the Broncos, if the Colts lose, if the Bengals lose, if the Dolphins lose, and I think the Houston Texans have got to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, or it's something weird just like that. But, guys, it is 100% that I think the Denver Broncos make the playoffs. And I think they lock it up this weekend. Their defense is by far top notch. As Mark D said last night, they do have the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, only giving up 17.6 points per game. That is tied with 3 other teams, one of them being the Philadelphia Eagles, which is arguably the best team in the NFL. Bo Nix gets better week after week after week. If you would have told me this back in week 4 or week 5 when the Broncos played the New York Jets, it was a 10-9 score, and you would have told me that Bo Nix is just like scoring 40 points here, 30 points there, I would have been, hey, slow your roll, jabroni. Slow your roll, jabroni. We all know that is a false statement. But, guys, Bo Nix is being the man, the myth, the legend. And I do think the Denver Broncos do lock up their playoff spot this weekend by beating the LA Chargers. So what do you guys think? In the comments below, do the Denver Broncos beat the LA Chargers and lock in that playoff spot? I'm saying yes. I am saying yes, yes, yes. Chedrick Webb is in the chat. What's up, Chedrick? He says the Vikings will win out their last 3 games. You are probably correct. Casey Morgan says this should be a good game. And Casey, as it should be a good game, on paper, it is a good game. Both of these teams are battling for playoff spots, battling for that playoff positioning, right? AFC West matchup. Chargers have lost 2 of the last 3. Broncos have won 4 in a row. Rebound, right? All the storylines are all there. Everything is all there. But Casey, at the end of the day, it's a Thursday night game. At the end of the day, it's a Thursday night game. These teams don't want to play Thursday night. Nobody wants to watch a Thursday night game, but luckily for us, there are a lot of storylines. There's a lot of playoff implications on the line starting with this game. So I do feel you that it should be a good game. Will it? Probably not. John says the Broncos will win 21-17. Laura says the Broncos will win. I feel like you guys are all kind of sucking up to Mark right now. I know it was his birthday yesterday. He's like 47 years old now. But hey, he's not on tonight. No need to suck up. But I'm concurring with you guys. I do think the Broncos do win this game. Casey says, I feel the Chargers, they seem more hungry. And I will tell you, Casey, that the Chargers might seem more hungry. The Chargers might be more of that win now type of attitude. They might be in that must-win situation. Well, that's question number 3. Slow it down, but the Chargers are just not very good right now. Let's just be honest. The Chargers are not a very good team right now. They have lost 3 of 4. Yes, they've lost into the Ravens and the Chiefs, and then I believe it was the Buccaneers, right? Their only win came versus the Raiders. But the simple fact of the matter is, ever since J.K. Dobbins has gone down, I believe it was versus the Kansas City Chiefs, right? No, it wasn't the Chiefs. Yeah, it was the Chiefs. They have not been the same. They have not been the same. And I think, he went down versus the Raiders because they kicked the ball off. They returned it for no reason whatsoever. I'm pretty sure it was against the Raiders, but I'm not 100% sure. Josh Olson in the chat. What's up, Josh? He says the Chargers are more desperate for a win. I'll be picking the Chargers 27-20. Scooby UT says Falcons or Giants. Scooby UT, tune in Saturday night at 9 p.m. East Coast time, and I'll tell you who wins that game. But I can tell you that Michael Penix Jr. is a really, really good quarterback. Economics made easy. I need some easy economics in my life. What's up? He says the Broncos have 2 Defensive Players of the Year candidates. You can be a candidate, but that doesn't mean you're going to win it. Let's just be honest. You can be a candidate. You can even be talked about, but let's just be honest. They're probably not going to win it. It is what it is. Seneca says sports ball. Yeah, sports ball. What is a sports ball, right? John says GPS Connor Stallions. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Go have yourself another beard. Bean says you should keep your mustache and save the rest. This is the best decision I made all year. Listen, Beans, I had a mustache for Halloween. I had a nice full man mustache, bada bing, bada boom. My wife hated it. My wife hated it. Justin Randall says Ravens. Oh, there it is. J.K. Dobbins went down Monday night versus the Ravens game. It was a late game. So, yeah, it was it's all coming back to me now, Justin, right? It was the Ravens already had the game well and locked. The Ravens just scored. They kicked the ball away. J.K. Dobbins fielded it in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken, took it out and got a concussion, got knocked the F out. But Justin says, go Chargers, go Chargers, go Chargers. Yes, if the Chargers do win, the whole AFC playoff picture is locked up. John says, I'm the 4th seed playoff leader. Dobbins going down. Drop me. Not in our playoffs. You're not, John. But sometimes reading John's comments is like, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing? But guys, do the Denver Broncos lock up their playoff spot? That is the question. On the other hand, the LA Chargers.